I don't know. But it is obvious he needs extra technical support to read the game.
And building on that, really, I thought that, he just makes it, Rotimi's point perfectly with what he just said now. Claude Leroy is obviously, certainly not lacking in that, regard, in terms of being able to read a game and being able to impact on that game by, inspired substitutions or with inspired substitutions.
I didn't see him win games well with Burkina Faso.
Well,
I didn't see him
he
win games well with Mali.
Handicapped.
He failed
in
Burkina Faso. He failed in Mali. He has failed in 6 African countries.
He was largely handicapped by the quality of players that he had.
It depends on how you define
what players did he come with Congo?
Oh, well, but
players?
He's got a bit more time to work with the team.
Man on man,
I thought
all our players
were better. Yes.
Highly rated, better rated than
the Congolese.
The Congolese players, but he did well. All I'm saying is that I don't want to compare Keshi with Claude Leroy.
Yeah.
And that was why I said even our players did not come to the party.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I will only judge people. I will judge Chamberlain as the prettiest face on TV, the most articulate from his programs I've been watching. And, not from when John Momo was younger, he was better than Chamberlain. You look at the performance indicators.
Don't forget he pays my salary.
I know, but you're better. I mean, every elder wants the child to grow higher than
to surpass him.
The truth of the matter is, when you look at the performance indicators, Keshi has taken obscure teams, qualified them for the World Cup, qualified them for the Nations Cup.
We're talking about just one team.
Mali
won
the Nations Cup.
They qualified for the Nations Cup, which they had been doing for
Keshi won the
God knows how many.
Keshi won the Nations Cup with
Nigeria.
a team that was not really
So, gentlemen,
the best.
what is
So
missing?
don't beat Keshi.
What is missing in this?
No, we're not.
What we're saying is this. Going into the game against Congo, for
Yes.
instance, in answering your question, what is missing? I did say before that game that there was a likelihood that there was an upset.
Yeah.
Because it was apparent that we had absolutely no clue what the Congolese had to offer. It was just a case of, Congo is,
Congo
small
is
team,
Congo.
so we should be able to beat them.
So
I did pick out a particular
study the
player
team?
who eventually, destroyed us. The CAV guy, who was playing for West Brom last season, who was on the books of Espanyol in Spain. I did say the day before that game that I don't know much about the Congolese, but I know this particular player is quick. He's very, 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 very skillful. He can get in behind players. So if he's got good service from midfield, he's the sort of player that can punish you if you do not put a man on him or you do not have a strategy to curtail him. What happened on the match day? Nigerians were playing as though they had absolutely no clue who the player was. He scored 2 goals, he made the other. They won 3-0 or 3-2 rather. So these are the sort of tactical, naiveties that a coach would exhibit that would make you call to question his capacity to lead a team like Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because
Bottom line, in that same match, he made 3 changes in the second half that were germane and productive.
why did he keep them on the bench in the first place? Why did he start the game?
It simply means he read the game.
I don't think
He
so.
brought
He
it-
panicked.
No,
And did what every Nigerian would have done.
I think they were panic substitutions.
When he achieved with his substitution, you said he panicked. It wasn't
That's
technical.
what the average Nigerian would do.
I'm not
Play
an
at the
average.
Minike over and
I'm not an
for.
average
That's what
Nigerian.
should have done
I'm
in
not
the
an
first
average
place.
Nigerian in
You don't need
sports
to be Einstein
or
to
in
do-
football.
make that sort of
What
decision.
I'm saying is, I saw a coach who knew his tactics in the first half had crumbled. I needed to do something.
We're never
quickly.
going to work in the
I
first
saw a
place.
coach who read the game, but guess what? I saw a group of players who were not dedicated, who were lazy, who were lackadaisical in their approach, who felt they were African champions. They just came back from the World Cup and they were doing what? Strutting on the field. I refuse to put that blame on the table of Stephen Keshi. However, I want to say that there are better players out there that he could have called.
But the buck still stops on the table.
Absolutely, I agree. But I want us to be very careful in beating our own coach through a quid pro quo comparison
But, sir,
between
when he wins,
himself and
He
Claude
gets,
Leroy.
he gets all the credit.
He gets all the credit for when he does well. So
Did I
when he drops the ball,
My
then
brother,
shouldn't
on the
we?
Congo
Did I
match.
exonerate Keshi when I spoke earlier on?
No,
I
you
did
didn't.
not. I don't exonerate, but what I'm frowning at
Yeah.
is the fact that there is a comparison between a Claude Leroy
Based on
who
the
has
Congo
failed
game.
6 African countries and
That-
a Keshi who has qualified
But
3
gentlemen,
African countries.
don't forget, Claude Leroy only said recently, I hope that story was correct also, that Eagles cannot catch him again. They're on 6 points.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I think they're as good as qualified. I think they're almost home and dry. It'll take some extraordinary, combination of circumstances for the Congolese, if they keep playing the way they're playing, not to finish at worst as the second best team.
And what did Sheikh say about going to Congo?
Well, it doesn't really matter what he says.
He doesn't.
I don't think the South Africans.
So it matters what Lalure said about qualifying, but it doesn't matter what another coach.
The Congolese have done.
Chamberlain, let me tell you what Sheikh said. Sheikh said, with this performance, I'm very happy. I'm quoting him verbatim.
Yeah.
With this performance, I'm very happy. I need to go now to Congo and pick 3 points, and I will pick 3 points.
That's what he has said.
The point I'm trying to make is that this is African football. I've traveled around the world with the Super Eagles for the last 15 years. I know that in recent times, it is scary to predict any situation in African football.
Absolutely.
It will only be a naive person who doesn't understand the way football is playing out in Africa today that will say a country has qualified. I did my calculation last night. What if the Super Eagles goes to
Congo.
Sudan,
Okay.
beat Sudan? You know they are playing Sudan back to back in November.
That's like 6 points
beat
already.
Sudan, that's 6 points.
Yeah.
And if Sheikhs even draws with Congo, and you can't rule that out, because the present crop of players I see in South Africa are determined players. They may not be the best, but they are very determined players, and determination can get you anywhere. As determination won the Nations Cup for us in South Africa.
But wouldn't you be surprised after 6 points?
Nobody has qualified yet. You'll be shocked.
They don't qualify.
I'm a pathological optimist.
I will be shocked.
I know Nigeria will go to the Nations Cup.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I mean, Nigeria can still qualify for the Nations Cup. Bala mentioned it earlier. You have the second place to fill, or probably at worst,
The third loser.
Loser.
So we will definitely be in Morocco 2015.
Nigeria will go as the second place or first place.
We will be in
I
Morocco
even
2015.
think that Nigeria will qualify top of that group. But
top of the group.
Yeah, I think Nigeria will qualify top of the group ultimately. But what I know the average Nigerian yearns for is a Super Eagles that instills confidence.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
We don't want to
absolutely.
go into games not knowing what to think.
I totally
We
agree.
want to
That's
go
it.
into games with our hearts in our mouths. Ultimately, yes, we will qualify. We're defending champions. We've got to go to that Nations Cup in Morocco and defend our title. But we want the Nigerian team to start playing some semblance of good football that we can be proud of.
On that, I'm with you.
Okay, so since they're all together, we'll have to end it on that note. Thank you all for coming on. Bukola Olopade, the sports analyst, Rotimi Akindele,
Thank you very much.
Akintunde Bada on sports on Sunrise today. We'll be back after this break. Don't go away.